Everyone. It's Dr. Glenna Rice, and I'm here with the fabulous Hiroko Takano, Dr. Adriana Popescu, and Vivi. Viv. V. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So we're here talking about bodies and the body class, right? I mean, I think Adriana had a wonderful question, like why the body class and why now?
Yeah.
Because I'm having a body class coming up. If you didn't already kind of get that, there's one coming up in our fabulous city, San Francisco, just north of San Francisco at my place, because we still can't get a great venue. We're really close, but we can't quite get there yet. They want COVID testing to be at the venue, and I don't think we want to bother with that one yet, but closer and closer. So Adriana, I'm going to throw that question at you.
Why body class? Yeah. And why now? Well, I don't know about you, but I haven't really had in-person classes in a long time. I don't think a lot of people have. And I know that a lot of bodies are starved for touch. Even like private sessions, I've been doing very few of them in person. People haven't been getting bars or body processes. And things are really intense on the planet right now. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I know for me, it's like my body's been going through a lot. I've been going through a lot, shift, change, intensity. And I can just tell my body's craving some nurturing touch. And some of these new body processes, which I hope, Glenna, you'll tell us about, but some of these new ones that are even designed to help us deal with COVID, the vaccine and the tests and all that kind of stuff. I'm really excited to have my body's immunity strengthened by some of these new body processes.
Right. Yeah, there is. I think there's four new ones, a new one just going into the class. The class has 50 some body processes, and one old one coming back in, which is kind of cool. So it's going to be a new manual in a couple of weeks, and we have this class, or we're about 4 weeks out now. There is one body process that Gary just spoke about on a call, and if you're getting the vaccine, or have had the vaccine, or want the vaccine, or don't want the vaccine and have to get the vaccine for work or something like that, and you're a little freaked out about it, or I won't say freak out, that's fear. If you're not really aware, you really are not sure your body wants it, but it's required, this will help any effects, any side effects, any future effects. Like we said, the vaccine is kind of an experiment on bodies right now. We don't know where it's going in the future. We're not really clear yet what it's creating, and this will help change that. So that's really exciting that there's something out there like that we can have run on our body. And then, yeah, there's every body process will contribute to your immune system, because every body process allows you to have more awareness of your body and start to create with your body. And when you're creating with your body, it works better. Immune systems work better. And your body's awareness, you can listen to it. So if your body's like, let's not go shopping today because a bunch of people have COVID or something like that, you'll know, and you'll get the awareness, oh, maybe we should wait an hour. I know my mom, who's 80, was like, can I go shopping? Because elderly people were catching COVID and dying. So that was in her head. She knows how to talk to her body. I know some of you guys, all of you guys have met my mom, and she'd be wanting to get out, wanting to go shopping, obviously wearing a mask and whatever. And I'd say, Mom, just ask your body. And she would. I would ask her, and she's like, what? What do I ask it? I don't know if my mom really sounds like that, but in my head she does. Just ask it if it's going to catch COVID if you go to the store. And she goes, oh, okay, body, will you catch COVID if I go to the store? And her body would go, no. And she goes, it said no. And I said, then have fun, go shopping. And she'd practically skip out the door. But with the body classes, you have more access to that kind of a communication with your body also. So there's so many different ways we can get around the way the world is functioning with the body classes.
Yep.
Anyone want to add anything to that? Would you add anything?
I totally agree with you, though.
That's good.
My body needs it, So this is a class for me. I mean, so for everybody, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of you guys have been like Adriana and Hiroko. You've been to many of my classes. Hiroko, you posted me in different places in Japan and Hawaii. That was the last class we really did before the pandemic, was the Hawaii class.
Right.
And Viv, you were in my last class. So you've been to more than one body class.
Yes.
What is it about the body classes that pulls you?
it's just the ease. It's just understanding more what my body requires and communicate with it. It brings a lot of ease. Even just like gifting is a gift to my body.
Right.
Like I had some intensities with my body recently, and just like right now gifting bars, that it's a body process, is just changing how my body feels or what my body senses. So it has changed my life. 2020 for me was the year where I understood more my body, where I communicated more with my body, and where I enjoyed more my body. And just because I started to know these body processes, and just going to the advanced body class was also another level of gifting to my body.
Yeah, you were just there in the advanced body class. I was there too. Yeah. So that's another thing. You need to have 2 body classes, one in the last year to go to an advanced. And there's one coming up in
June, the end of June. Yeah, that was what actually prompted me to reach out to you, is that I had heard that Dane is doing an advanced body class in Mexico in June, at the end of June. And it is true. You need you need 2 3-day body classes ever. And then one of them has to be within the last year. Normally it's 5 months, but because of COVID, they extended it to a year. So I know I haven't had a body class in the last, I probably had 10 or more 3-day body classes, have not had one in the last year. And so this would be meeting that prerequisite for anyone who wants to go be with Dane. And Mexico, an advanced body class is really a phenomenal class. All of these classes, you know, this isn't one where like you take it once and that's it, you got it. It's like every time, as you guys know, especially if you've taken more than one access class, every time it's a different experience. First of all, the manual changes, there's new processes, but also the class gets created by the people in it. And every time you work with a different partner, you know, you're gifting and receiving and clearing stuff with each other. And every time you run a body process on yourself or run bars, you know, when you receive that, you increase your receiving. So there's this non-linear connection between like, well, I'd like to increase my money flows. Well, what more could you receive with your body, right? It's all connected somehow. So I love the body classes, and I try to take one at least every year if I can.
Yeah. Everything you said, everything, just absolutely. And I don't tend to take the 3 days because I teach them. Not that I wouldn't, but I'm usually teaching them. But every time there's an advanced body class I can go to, I do. I've made like 3 or 4 of those a year. And there's only been this one that Gary just did and the second one that's coming up. So I'm probably going to, right now, Mexico's my target to go to the advanced body class also, because that's when I get this body work and I get 3 days to lay down on a table and have work with someone and trade and gift and receive processes. And my body gets to choose what processes I want. It wants that get to be run, get out of my head. I mean, some people have come to a class every year because it's their spa day. This is like my spa day, to go to it, to just gift to your body and treat your body. And our bodies have been touchless unless we're living with people in our house for a year, guys, over a year. So what's possible with bodies? I mean, the class is just so nurturing, and I see the people come in on the first days of the class and they're like, kind of, what's going on? Who am I going to get partnered with? Asking their questions. And if they've never been to a class, lots of questions about what it is and what they can get from it, from their body. And then by the 3rd day, almost no one's talking. They're giggling, laughing, sometimes just having cute conversations. But there's a joy of embodiment that starts to show up that, I don't know, I've taught this class for quite a while, all over the world, many classes, 2 or 3, sometimes a month. And it's still my favorite thing in the world to do, to create. I've never been bored with one. I never said the same thing twice. And it's never been the same class that I've ever taught. And that energy at the end of the class, when I just like this, wow, this awe, this gratitude of what is actually possible with bodies, and you don't lose it. You that is yours to have when that awareness of what your body can actually be. And you start to become it after the class is what I see, which I've noticed with all of you.
And that what you said about that bodies create the class, it's very interesting because that's true. Like I have been into 2 body classes, 3-day body classes, and they have been so different between one and the other. And we have worked different things in my body, and the other person had like the same issues or same things like pop. So it's very interesting how bodies call bodies, and the class is very different every single time.
Yeah. And thanks for mentioning that. Body's called your body. This is a class for your body. So if you're wondering about coming, if you're wondering in your head, that's not where you want to be asking from, because your body is the one that wants to go. And the class pulls your body, which sometimes you don't even know what that's like. But there's a tug. Your body does things to remind you that there's this class coming and you should probably go. You'll see weird things, like maybe you're seeing this video on Facebook. Things will pop up in strange ways. It'll keep catching your attention about the body class or a body class. And then just check in and say, body, do you want to take that? Because it's the one that wants to go or desires, and it's going to be pulling you because it's a class for your body, which is, I think, one of the most unique things about this class is it's a class for your body. And there's really nothing else like that I know of even on the planet. Even in Access, the body classes are unique because they're classes just for your body. So thank you for mentioning.
But your head is going to get excited too, though. That's the thing. And I think especially if you take this class with Glenna, she's such an encyclopedia and wealth of knowledge about bodies. And I know that people are always asking all kinds, including stuff that, maybe they would be embarrassed to ask about in a like foundation class or something, but like, I have this thing with my body, or like, what's going on with this, like recurring blah, blah, blah. And you just have such a profound awareness and understanding of bodies that really can help so many like issues and like problems that people have had with bodies. So, I think that piece is really cool too. Like I remember years ago in the very first body class I had with you, and I was experiencing a lot of like nausea intensity. I was really sick with like chronic illness stuff. And I think you asked me like something like, what if like that nausea was just an intensity? What if it could be like enjoyable? And it was such a like paradigm shift for me. Like it just totally turned my perspective upside down, So like, you can get a lot up in here, and you, like the being as well, can receive a lot of information in this class as your body is also receiving all that amazing energy. I think there are multiple levels of receiving that are possible.
Thank you for that. I've never heard that. Well, I remember a conversation like that, but I've never heard you say that before. Thank you. I love hearing stuff like that. Yeah, I can play with the brain a little bit. I was enough of a head tripper before Access that I can kind of like take it down, turn it around, have it look at something differently so the body can have a space to change and create something different. Very cool. Anything else, ladies? Any questions or anything else?
When is the class?
When? Okay,
When?
that's from May 29th, right? 29th, 30th, and then 30th.
Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
The end of May, last weekend in May. And it's going to be in my house, which is fabulous. I got this new place just before we went into lockdown that has more space and an office and a big room. So I can fit up to 18 people. I might be able to stick a couple more tables in, and we're over half full at this point. People are signing up, and there's other people interested. So if it's something if you'd like to come here, fly out to San Francisco, drive up from somewhere. There's a few people coming from LA. So if it's going to be in a home with a beautiful view and a deck. My house is quite lovely and a real nurturing space to be in. That would be awesome. I don't know. You guys have all been in my house. Fun place to have a class.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, I will see you guys for sure. And hopefully quite a few of you guys online can sign up. If you have questions, you can message me or any of the ladies on this Zoom. And
Thank you, everybody. And please come.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye.